first heard about the internship through my advisor at the University of Minnesota, who wholeheartedly recommended it to me as something that was unique and original about this program. I am very interested in teaching, but have never had any formal experience, so this internship provided a low-risk but fully immersive way for me to pursue something that I've always been interested in doing.
I'm a pre-med and would have been either doing shadowing or research back in school and wanted to do something this semester that was slightly productive also. I also took a medical French class last year and wanted to be able to practice a little of what I learned because practicing that stuff in everyday French can be difficult.
I chose to do the internship class because I thought it would be a good experience how to communicate with French people. My primary responsibilities as a marketing intern at Le Bookshop have focused on their social media websites.
My internship is at École Antoine Bala, which is a public elementary school in a neighborhood called Monson here in Montpellier. I work with students between the ages of 6 and 10, and I teach them English. A typical lesson usually consists of some new vocabulary followed by a few games or activities to kind of cement the words that we've learned. Although I do teach them English, I spend most of my time speaking in French because a lot of the students are just beginners.
It's tough to be incredibly useful to an organization like La Ligue contre le Cancer, only working 6 to 10 hours a week and only being available for a couple months. But they were great about giving me opportunities to learn and observe. I did things like visit a couple of departments at the big cancer center, shadow doctors, attend training sessions for the other volunteers, and sit in on a couple of physical therapy sessions. I was able to learn both what they at the cancer center do and also how the French medical system works both similarly and differently than ours back at home.
Some of the biggest challenges I have encountered as a marketing intern at Le Bookshop have primarily focused on cultural or communication differences. Since it's an English-speaking coffee shop, there's a lot of people who speak English, but those that don't speak English, sometimes I have a hard time communicating with them, just as you can imagine, cultural differences.
And one of the main challenges also was speaking French in such a professional setting like a hospital, but that ended up being one of my greatest learning experiences.
Both the students and teachers were willing to assist and correct me on my French language, which then made it easier for me to work with them when we were learning in English.
I got to attend a few training sessions on how to best handle cancer patients in the more human, less medical side. That's something that's rarely taught in school and rarely gained from experience working in medical internships at home.
As a marketing intern at Le Bookshop, the skills I have gained have primarily focused on learning how to overcome cultural or communication barriers with the French. So, for example, sometimes when I would be speaking with a French client and I wouldn't completely understand what they're asking, I figured out ways how to maneuver the obstacle in order to better understand what they were telling me or what I was trying to tell them. As a marketing standpoint, I have become more adept at creating creative campaigns rather than strategic, and learning how to use social media platforms in a professional way for an organization.
The process of finding an internship was absolutely effortless for me, thanks to the help of a lot of people in the program, especially Corinne. As soon as I expressed interest in teaching and working with younger students, she was able to match me to a public school that she's already been talking to and has been working with in the past. Therefore, if you're interested in pursuing an internship, I would definitely sign up for it because the process isn't nearly as nerve-wracking as you think, and the rewards are definitely worth it.